Hello everyone and welcome if you're new to this channel. This will be an energy update and also a little informational content and insights of mine related to these topics, since I see major changes coming with these activations from the sun, and there's so much potential behind it or within. I'm trying to shorten the videos, but since I do not have this sense of time anymore, I don't know how long this video will get. Yes, so many concepts and beliefs are changing and they are being deleted. I had so many fun experiences the last month when I was not laying in my bed, since this has become my main occupation right now, or at least for this month. There's so much purging, so many activations, integrations from higher aspects. There's really a lot going on. And there are also so many created interferences in the external to keep you occupied and your focus on the external, to trigger within you certain very low and disturbing emotions, so as thoughts. As you know, you're a broadcast constantly, so you're receiving and sending out energies all the time without you even being aware of them. This is why it's so important to become aware of yourself and of the process within yourself and what's going on within yourself. How much are you co-creating actually? This is a very big topic as well. And this is a topic nobody seems to want to look at it, because you have to feel a lot of compassion for yourself then. It needs so much compassion, and everything around us is created artificially to lead us away from compassion and love, and embodying this compassion and love in this state of being. They want us to stay in a state of evaluation, compression, dualistic thinking, attacking each other, and oppressing feminine energies. This topic of the oppression of feminine energies is a topic I'm going into at the end of this energy update, because I got so many information again and there's so much I would like to speak about and to transmit to you, if you're willing to listen to it and to open yourself up to this information. There are so many major activations coming from the sun. As I stated in my first card reading update, if you haven't watched it, if you like, I will link it down below, and also the second part of the video. I know they're very long and I really hadn't intended to make them that long. It is what it is. I'm trying to keep them shorter next time, but I don't want to have it much in my hand. So there is a massive transient illumination taking place, which is helping to transform all kinds of low and heavy energies and frequencies. This is so your body is able to expand and hold higher energies within. Therefore, your body is undergoing a massive transformation to be able to hold higher energies. To expand properly, it has to release these denser and lower energies that are stored within, and they can also manifest themselves. So it's not only a transformational pain from the expansion, it can also be because of upgrades, activations, and also to shift your focus towards a certain area, for you to connect to this area and go within, since energies can manifest in every way or form within you, also in your DNA and in your organs. So as I stated in a lot of my videos, everything happens in the energetic realm first, before it manifests itself. This can be in regards to yourself, but also collectively speaking. You are attracting based on which energies you are radiating. This is something that is most of the time, and especially at the beginning stages of your awakening, very hard to accept. A lot of people experienced these states where it seemed like nothing was moving, nothing was changing, but in fact this was a period of time that was given to you to recalibrate yourself, to reharmonize yourself, for you to have an experience that is not based on old integrated data coming from past memories and past incarnation memories or any other records, since these are only records that will be deleted, no matter how ancient and important they are being sold to you. To be honest, it's more about what you choose for yourself, and to be able to choose for yourself, you have to choose yourself first. And when you choose yourself and you radiate this love and gratitude, joy, happiness, fulfillment, and abundance outwards, you will also recreate these experiences. Acceptance will initiate this necessary transformation that is being searched for. You need to be willing to accept, to surrender, and then you will transform and release. And what you are releasing can be felt by you like you are making a sacrifice, but it's your ego needing this identification with this attachment. By you releasing this attachment, this compression, it will lead you to more freedom and higher capacity, more possibilities, new chances and offers, and everything in regards to your path, your soul path, and your highest good, to more abundance, more vitality, stability. There are also major heart chakra activations happening. This can feel for you like you're under constant tension and your heart is racing all the time. You can feel the sense of getting a panic attack or falling into panic mode. This is most likely happening when the heart chakra is changing in its capacity, and if there are still denser energies holding it compressed, it can feel like a panic attack or like panic arising. But more about the heart chakra I mentioned also in my energy readings. What I'm also getting is back pain in the upper area of the spine, between the shoulders and the neck. This is something I'm experiencing probably for over a week. Everything where you were standing in the dark will now get enlightened. There's light being shown onto it because there is this spark created from within yourself. And there's this outer cosmic sun influence helping everyone who's receptive to it, who's not repelling it. And everything will become clearer to you. And you will also become clearer, crystal clear. Your own soul path becomes more present and visible as cords are being dissolved. So follow what makes your soul full to live an abundant and fulfilling life. So you create through your soul essence. You express through your soul essence. And if you ask yourself, but I don't know what that could be, what makes you happy and joyful? What makes you feel energized and strong, instead of is taking your energies from you and burdening you, or is only a means to an end? No more creating from a point of security, sense of lack, or the lower chakras. There's a completely change of perception in regards to your meaning of life. And this is so beautiful. I'm getting so much beautiful and abundant energy, and so many rays of light are being brought out into this world through the presence, the people of other people, of you. If you're resonating with my messages, you will also become more aware of what and who is a vessel of specific energies was oppressing and sabotaging your growth and expansion. All kinds of obstacles and self-sabotaging mechanisms are being seen. You're becoming aware of them. And since you're witnessing them, you have this chance to choose if you want to release them or if you want to still operate from this state and recycling again. I'm also getting that gratitude will be a very big theme and of very big importance. So as compassion towards yourself, because if you're embodying it within yourself, also as an energy within yourself, you create this space of healing, and you're also to see and view others from this or through this eye of compassion. Soul aspects are also getting integrated way faster. Therefore, the old records, memories, and data have to be cleared out. No more past thinking, no more recycling, no more emotions connected to these past memories, data, and storage, records, whatever. Old and used data in our system, which are linked to the emotions, thoughts, or beliefs, they will be deleted. It is possible that they are being played through again before you can rinse them through. This means there is this possibility you have to experience them again, but choose response instead of react, choosing to respond in a different way than you did before to make sure you have learned a lesson, you have gained wisdom and growth, to check on you if you're still holding on to these experiences and data, or did you really move on? Did you meant it? Is there willpower behind it? Because there are only simulations. But if you fall for them, they will have consequences because they will throw you back into the recycling process. But there's also this possibility you jumping out of them quicker. Surrender and stay in integrity, and they will pass. Stories, identifications, and roles have to be let go so that new things, new situations, and experiences can unfold themselves. Otherwise, these new energies will be rejected from you, even though you are not aware of that. It's very important to stay in that flow and let them pass on, rinse them through. And there is another thing, another information that is coming in. It is about clearing of DNA trauma. It's about a clearing of an epigenetic signature. Therefore, a lot of high evolved souls and beings went through this descension process, lost all of their memories to incarnate here, to get clipped in with all of these programming and implants and whatever, to experience, to have this experience of this DNA trauma, to have this experience of how this is translated into form and then to transform it. This is very, very important for the next stages of the evolutionary process. And this is why so many catalysts are being drawn in magnetically by these evolved souls, because they come down. We come down with this reason to do this. Even though this is no new message, this message wanted to came out again to be brought to your attention, that this is something very important right now to be aware of. This is something we came here to do. It sounds easy peasy, but it's not. Because you become truly aware of it when most of the job is done, actually. Then you become this clear sight, because you're clear within yourself. And it's so important to clear this data that is within your DNA, because it is influencing your behavior, and you are developing a lot of mechanisms that are connected to these DNA traumas. And through this and these mechanisms, you're constantly repeating and recycling. So you're drawing this in always, these experiences that have this same energetic signature to control you. And it is important to clear this for this new level to arise, because this chain is a security system for this other party, but this chain reaction has to stop. And evolving out of these spheres, out of these fields, has a major impact globally, also for every other person that hasn't healed it yet. And these DNA trauma signatures, data that is stored within you, it doesn't fit in the light body process. It's actually creating blocks and stagnations and conflict, interferences as well, because both are initiating a chemical process within the body. The only difference is one is evolution based and light based, and the other one is completely destructive and dense and creating sickness of all kind. Now I feel like I have to throw up, feel sick in my stomach. So if you are throwing up or feeling sick in your stomach, can be connected to this release or transformation, purging process of these traumas. And sometimes we are not only transforming our own individual personal experiences or data or whatever, it's often also collective energy you picked up or you integrated, because we are all connected. As I already stated, if you came here to do this, you will come in contact with these energies through all kind of forms. That's it for this topic, and now I'm moving on to more messages. The cleaning process brings in new strength and abundance. Through this massive dissolving process of the stories, identities, and memories, and also beliefs and concepts, your thought process is changing and evolving, since it will be more connected to the crown and responding more onto vibration waves and energies consciously. It's like becoming a completely new mind, and it has integrated way more stillness. Therefore, people can experience a sense of emptiness that is in fact this stillness. And during this process, and also this switching of timelines and densities and dimensions and energetic realms and whatever, you can have this sense or symptoms of dizziness, confusion, headaches, or like a jet lag, feeling jet lagged. And if you experience something where you would usually react on it, you will start to react less, and this thought you usually have or had, they won't come, they won't pop up. There will be this stillness within you. Everything is fine. Trust your body, and it will do everything possible naturally if you get out of its way. The body has its functions. He knows exactly, naturally, what to do. You don't need to tell the body, hey, activate this and that, because if it's not ready to do that, you're probably gonna regret it. So there are new changes and possibilities of all kinds unfolding through this data being released. Surrender to the process and don't fight what you have been pressing for too long. Everything that was being oppressed is coming up again. And if you thought you have already healed it, it can happen that you experience it otherwise. If you have already healed it, it won't be triggering you. Therefore, you're being tested in your integrity and your authenticity. It's also a lot about recognizing and letting go of illusions and manipulations. Recognize the mirror or the reflection in situations or people without evaluating and judging. Forgive yourself, and you are forgiven. Because from the level of consciousness of all-embracing love, you only see from a viewpoint of neutrality and love. And there is no judgment. There is compassion. And if you feel disappointment, this means there was deception and illusion there before. So you are being disillusioned. And this is actually positive for your growth. But you had expectations, an image. You have formed an image, and now you have to let go of this image. And you have already identified yourself with this image. This means now death. Death is always negative. Trust me, if you experience this death process a dozen of times, you won't clinch onto that image or whatever. I was also getting the eye of destruction comes to shine on the moon, the artificial satellite, and the manipulative interferences. The sun is intervening to help get out of this artificial dimension. Go within and connect with your heart to the sun. The infiltrated parties will still try to make you stay focused and attached to the moon, into cycles, and to this dimension, and to whatever happens, certain events. And they are also using others to spread their messages to get into the mass consciousness, always, so that the mass consciousness interferences with your individual sense of consciousness. Do you understand what I mean? To influence you, to bring in thoughts and beliefs that are actually artificially created. There are so many orchestrated distractions. These events, situations are orchestrated in ways you would not even imagine. Never. I say it again, how I stated it a couple of times. It is not what it seems. Retreat. They use all kind of instruments to influence you. Retreat. The more public something becomes, the more you have to retreat. The more they use the masses, the more you have to retreat. This is all an illusion. They need you to make these illusions seem real. I say it again. They need you to make these illusions seem real. Mass consciousness is being used for them, so people experience it as real. They want you to form an opinion, to form thoughts and beliefs of separation, especially if it's about dividing people and then amplifying it with emotions, going away from union, attacking each other. You will always see opposites, extreme opposites, to create a contrast, of focusing on events that being brought up everywhere to be distracted from what is actually going on. I'm seeing this scenery being created like in a theater, and there is a drama being played one after another, since dramas are very addictive to your body and to your mind. This is also connected to this constant refeeding of stress hormones and other chemicals in your system that were taking over your chemical and alchemical process within you. So through this addictive nature, your attention is constantly staying focused on what is presented to you, while you aren't aware of what is going on behind you, over you, and especially below you. There is also a connection to this experience of this immense back pain I'm getting. It has something to do with an integration of an dimensional all around 360-degree view, but a lot of these back pains are also associated with this growth pain of different wing types, just to mention this as well. And there is also this entertainment created through this drama, because actually what is happening here is the manipulation of the hormonal and chemical process in your body. And it's also necessary so that you are constantly are connected with fear without you even knowing, because your body and your nervous system, they are under constant tension and responding to this stress. So you feel constantly fear and survival and unsafe. And when the body is constantly under stress, it doesn't function properly, and you aren't functioning properly because you're used to this external stimulus. This had become normal to you. And when your sensory system begins to not react to information and data like this, you will start to feel confused. Do not integrate someone else's opinion or limited view, because if you're inside of the matrix, inside of this bubble, inside of this illusion, it will seem real. If you step out of it, you will have a clearer view. You cannot have a clear view inside of this sphere. You have to step out of it. Therefore, you have to retreat and connect with yourself instead of what is being presented to you to connect with. There's nothing easier to create orchestrated chaos, to make people go against each other in every way or form, because then so many information gets lost. This is a major year we will experience, and it will get harder. There will be more coming up, more and more and more, since the masses are becoming awake and the energies are completely changing. More people are receptive, so more of this ugly slimy dirt comes up, because the channels are open so that this slime can go through from one block to another. Nothing is what it seems. Stay heart-centered, stay in acceptance no matter what happens, or no matter what is presented to you. As I stated before, nothing can really or truly transform before you do not become aware of it and accept it. Then can be released, and then there is growth and a change. There is no need to judge anything, to form an opinion, to form thoughts, because in this sentence we have the word form. You are forming something, and if you're forming it, you are co-creating it. So who you are co-creating with, this is so important, really. I hope you get my message, because it comes really deep from my heart. So you are also becoming more whole within yourself through integration of balanced feminine and masculine aspects, and also through lifting all kinds of veils and dissolving walls and oppressions that kept you away from your cosmic aspects. All kinds of concepts that are illusion based are going to be dissolved, and I'm getting a lot of concepts that are making you believe all kind of information that is undermining your self-worth, self-love, and integrity and harmony, like concepts that make you believe you're only half of a soul, you're not whole within yourself. It make you also believe you need another person or things or artificial created whatever to balance out any kind of lack, sense of lack, unbalance that was actually created by those third parties in the first place. They want your focus to stay on density. These concepts are also being spread by infiltrated communities and vessels, and this is so important to become aware of. And this is finally coming more into light now. I really hope so. The masses and the collective is becoming aware that what they were told to that will happen is not happening. They're experiencing it not happening. So they stay in this lack with these expectations. And I'm getting a lot of trauma connected to it. Childhood trauma. But it is a hidden childhood trauma, and it appears to the masses like an gender issue I'm getting. And all kinds of beliefs that had been used to create expectations. You know, expectations and beliefs are energy as well. So these false, let's call them false expectations, through these predictions, were actually harnessed. They harnessed these energies. So these energies have never been truly connected or in contact like they have been told to. This is why there are no results. So to create an example, let's say someone is creating this kind of or using kind of concept. You integrate this concept, you develop certain expectations because of this concept. You have also certain beliefs because of this concept. And this energy you're transferring into this concept through your focus and attention are being harvested. And you thought that there's actually a connection between another person, or let's say the moon, or whatever, can be for everyone differently. And you thought there's something coming back, or that there would be something coming back. But this was just an illusion. Or you were perceiving whatever as real that was artificially created or an illusion, and this is now breaking. And if you transcend these energies that made you connect with this concept in the first place, you become aware of these illusions, and you become aware that you never needed this concept in artificial programming that was taking over your system like a virus and make you perceive whatever signs or anything else that make you believe or made you bring more energy into this concept so it can stay alive within you. And now there's this new sense for connections and you're looking for soul connections, heart to heart connections and contact, other connections and contact that isn't based on those, won't satisfy or fulfill you anymore. So course to those not based on the soul and the heart will dissolve naturally. You may be experiencing people being removed out of your field. They're not actually being removed out of your field. You're just not connecting because you're seeing that you never really did based on this level or state you're currently in. It's okay if people do not grow with you or are currently not growing with you. Everyone has its own timing. It doesn't mean you will never see them again or never connect to them again. Since everything is connected and interconnected, but you're also experiencing your individual self. And everything changes, you are changing. Embrace the change. By you letting them go, or letting memories go, experiences go, situations go, whatever go, you will get new energies and new power to move forward. And some of you will probably also realize all kinds of parasitic energies around you. There are actually a lot of them everywhere. But it's not your job to clean them up. Remove yourself. Always move forward. And also, I'm getting also this sense of manifestations happening quicker because there is no interference anymore in your way. Because you are becoming more empathic towards yourself, what is good for yourself, what is supporting you, and you're letting go of what wasn't. So all kind of draining interferences are dissolving and you can move forward for yourself on your higher path. I'm also getting the root chakra is being completely changed. And I also mentioned this, I think, in the second part, in the second reading. And therefore there can be pain and all kind of different symptoms manifesting in the leg area, like in terms of the muscle or nervous system, and even in your bones, because I experienced a lot of rewrite within the bones, within my bones. A lot of destructive masculine energies are being purged because the sun is bringing in so much new, healthy, balanced energies. From feeling unsafe and the need to fight back, to shield, to guard, it is being led to trust through the transcended feminine energies are coming from an inner knowing, surrender, acceptance, forgiveness, compassion, purity, beauty, and all kinds of nurturing aspects. The sacral chakra is also getting restored. It's very important. Very, very important also for this planet. And there's this new sense of power in the solar plexus chakra that is being energized from the sun. I'm also getting not being able to sleep, or maybe sleeping a lot during the day, but then feeling very jet lagged when you wake up, being confused, like, where am I? Who am I? Oh, I'm into this physical body now. Okay. And being confused. So take your time. Rest a lot. The sun is very strong. And I'm also getting this sense of when you wake up, you're being all energized and hyper. Or all of a sudden, you're completely energized and hyper. And if you feel tired, connect with the sun and you will feel energized and hyper. But also having this feeling of like being underwater sometimes, or in a simulation or in a hologram, what is also completely natural. There is also this feelings of sensation and happiness and bliss that are more and more coming through after these denser energies are being purged, to give you also new energy for the new wave, because now it's very quickly. It's really like bam, bam, bam. There is no time for what you would probably call proper rest. But if you need a break, you can always choose, I need a break. You really have to communicate, I need a break. And through these higher vibes, there's also this feeling of being high on high vibes, like you're on drugs through these higher energies. Like, I have this a lot of the time. It's really sometimes annoying to other people who have never experienced it. And there is this much laughing and singing and sometimes dancing all of the sudden occurring. And there can also be all kind or types of detoxification symptoms, especially if they're connected to the sinuses, ears, and eyes, because they're related to intuition, clarity, acceptance, inner voice, stress, perception, focus on seeing with your physical eyes instead of feeling, also to the sense of being closed off, fears, and much more. And from my experience, I can recommend crying as an outlet for blockages and emotions. It really helps to release, especially emotions in your system, to be able to integrate more light and light codes and aspects within your system. Because denser energies will always create compression and will be working against expansion. I'm also getting that the overall health will be better and more balanced, since there are less imbalances within the body and within the energetic bodies. There is no need for imbalances to be presented or to manifest in certain diseases. And there is more of this awareness that symptoms can be due to the light body process. And also all kind of emotions are being squeezed and blown out of the systems. And this can and most likely will cause some chaos and destruction. But it is not negative in vibration. It is cosmic orchestrated. I'm shown something like a construction kit that contains different building blocks, and these blocks have holes and tunnels, like these children's toys. And from the outside, you cannot see where these tunnels lead, what's inside of them, and what's happening if you go in there. There's only this darkness, and you cannot see anything. So what is happening is that there is this pressure being brought in from above, and there's this moldy slime running out of all of these holes. And these holes in these tunnels are overflowing, and from one tunnel flowing into the another in another one, so that you can see the connections to each of these tunnels. And you can also tell from the color of the slime where this slime is in the core coming from. And there is this pressure poured in or brought in until there is no more of this slime or mucus, till everything is drawn out. And I'm also getting a clearing of a mental imprisonment through all emotional baggage that is completely entangled with each other. This is like a box of worms, and you do not even know anymore which worm was here first and which one was created through another one, and so on. And these emotions can also be attached to other situations, expectations, and all kinds of outcomes. And you have also identified yourself with these emotions. There's an identification created through them and an attachment. And if you release these attachments, there will be a rewrite. By holding onto these emotions and thoughts, you're holding present certain experiences. This means you're limiting yourself and keeping yourself compressed from all kinds of possibilities. If you let go of this, you're freeing yourself and you're making space for the universe to step in. Otherwise, there will always be this struggle, this competition, this power struggle, conflict. So it's very important for you to stay in a high vibration, to stay in love and gratitude, because the consequence of not letting completely go and surrendering will be fear-based, something fear-based, to trigger you again, for you to release, surrender, till everything connected to it is completely gone. And there's also this, to mention again, this clearance I am getting, natural effect to anger. Anger is the byproduct of any kind of cause. And I'm not making predictions or calling in any event. You have to understand there are unhealed, oppressed emotions, let's call them that way, globally, energetically speaking. And they will come to the surface. They manifest for everyone to get everyone's attention, to be brought into the awareness. So how to deal with it? Not through reacting to them. It's a different way of response, because everything that was oppressed for so many aeons will need clearance and will come out of the shadows. There are so many oppressed emotions and energies that will show themselves and manifest in some way or form. And it's important to look, to see through these illusions that are created, through these distortions, to create an artificial chaos. Instead of being paralyzed or getting into a mode of reaction, of fear, fight, flight, or into a hiding mode, that will actually make it only worse. But it is showing the connection to you, how whatever is connected to you. So it's up to you to identify what is this connection, how is there a connection. And all kind of events can distract you from the essence, what is being shown to you. What is the essence of what is being shown to you? Instead of reacting to it, that is what is being wanted from you actually, that you react to whatever, to react on a certain stimulus. And there are many ways to react on something. This is the time for you to remove yourself out of this scenery, to not get down onto this platform, because by bringing yourself down, you're operating from this system, and this is what is being wanted. Therefore, you should remove yourself and go within instead of this outer scenery. And I'm also getting this one message: you will be secure within yourself, because in your essence you already are. You will be secure within yourself, because in your essence you already are. So this is it for this energy update for now. The other part, where I'm talking about more informational content and insights, or more insights, will be in another video, since this video is already getting very long, as you can probably tell from the time stamp the video. There's one thing I want to mention to end up this update. Believe in yourself. You are loved and you are loved very much.